Hey viewers, hey subscribers, welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, please like, thumbs up the live stream, and subscribe, okay? So, this is actually a girls' chat. This is not, this is not for readings, but, you know, if somebody would like a reading, y'all know what to do. But, because I do so many love readings and whatnot. I wanted to do a little girls chat and talk about relationships this evening, and talk about healthy and positive relationships, the signs of positive and healthy relationships, and how to really get the most out of those connections. You know what I mean? Really benefit from them. And you would be surprised at how simple it is to maintain a healthy connection. Really, it's very simple. It's really simple. But I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna let y'all hop into the live stream. You know, I'm gonna let y'all get in here, and then we can start the discussion. I'm gonna let y'all get in here and get comfy, and then we'll start the discussion. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody has a good holiday weekend. Enjoy your day off, all that good stuff. Oh, Gemini, your reading is done. When we get out of here, I'm gonna upload it. Libra and Aquarius, y'all's are the last two I will be doing hopefully tonight and uploading them mañana. All right. So just wanted to let y'all know those are collective readings as well. And then I'm super excited because I'm gonna be doing more. Those are all the zodiac sign readings for this month. So check for your zodiac sign. If you are not subscribed, please do. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that when I post a new upload, you'll be notified. So you'll be like, okay, this may pertain to me, right? Because I'm going to be doing more collective readings before I go on vacation in 2 weeks. All right. And I keep saying this. Anybody who wants to book with me, this is the last week. The cutoff date is the 25th. I'm not taking any more personal readings after April the 25th. This is already the 16th. So, make sure after this live stream, if you're wanting to check it out, I also have questions available. The questions are $15. A general reading is $35. I will be doing a coupon discount for shadow work readings because shadow work readings are $50 and love readings are $75. So I will be doing a discount for Easter for this week only for those who want to book those readings, love readings and shadow work readings. And here's what I'm going to advise. Before you book a love reading to find out who's coming towards you, if this person is a right fit for you, if this person has potential, if you two are even compatible as a couple, right? I highly suggest getting shadow work done first so that you can jumpstart the ball to getting rid of any already preconceived notions about this new person that could be potentially a good partner coming towards you. Also, so that you can be more self-aware of your own negative traits and you can learn how to manage your emotions before you deal with another person. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you have any concerns or questions. But I really think a lot of people, before you get involved with someone else, need 1, time and space alone, and 2, to make sure that you're accountable for your own shit, basically. Because nobody's perfect. You make mistakes just like the next person does, and you don't want that to rub off onto somebody else. All right. So if you're here, hey, and welcome to my channel. Tonight we are doing a girls chat. So hop on in. We're discussing healthy relationships. So my question I'm posing tonight in the live chat is, what does a healthy relationship look like to you? What are the signs of a healthy relationship? How do you maintain your relationship? Now I'm going to share, because, you know, we all share from experience, right? But I'm going to share some of my tips for maintaining a healthy connection. One is mutual respect and communication. Hands down, mutual respect. That I'm going to stick there. Mutual respect. That's the biggest thing for me. Mutual respect. All right, y'all. So mutual respect is one thing that I've noticed you really have to have for a spouse or partner. Like, if that person doesn't respect you, they're going to walk all over you. They're going to take advantage of you. They're going to take advantage of the relationship. They're not going to treat it. They're not going to treat that connection with value. I hope that makes sense. Like, that's the biggest thing for me is respect. Like, respect my space, respect my time, respect my energy, respect my love. Because if you don't have respect and when I say respect, like appreciation and high regard. When you respect someone, you hold that person in high regard. You have a certain amount of honor, and you see them in a certain light. You know what I mean? So if you're with someone where there's a lot of you know what I mean, like disrespect, there's a lot of arguing, fighting, cussing, all that stuff like that, like you don't really respect the person, or they don't really respect you, so it causes that friction. But when you respect the person that you're with, you both mutually appreciate one another. See what I'm saying? Hey boo, welcome to the live chat. This is just a girls chat tonight. We're talking about green flags, you know, and healthy connections. How you maintain a healthy connection. What is that about? But anybody wanting a reading, they know what to do. They already know what to do, right? Make a donation, drop a green heart if you want a reading. But this is a girls chat, just so y'all know. Talking about healthy relationships. So the first thing I wanted to ask everybody was, how do you identify a healthy relationship? What does a healthy relationship look like to you? What is your experience? My experience is respect. That's the number one thing of a healthy connection, is respect. Whether that relationship is with a friend, a coworker, a parent, it's always the basis of that healthy connection or interaction is going to be mutual respect. You respect them, they respect you. You cannot have a healthy relationship if you don't have respect. That's an important element of a healthy relationship. Because when you respect someone, there's boundaries. There's certain things that you would never do to make that person feel a certain way. There's certain buttons you know not to push. You know not to go there because you respect. Exactly. You respect that person. You hold them in high regard. It's almost like, you know how in the Bible it says, honor your mother and father, how it says that. It's like you have honor for that person. You see them in a certain light. You think highly of your man. That man thinks highly of you as his woman, or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? So you know what each other's triggers are. You know the trauma that you two have been through. You know your past experiences. And so you're not going to hold that. You know how sometimes couples, when they're like in the heat of the moment and they're arguing or whatever, they like to bring up something from the past or bring up a past mistake. You're not going to do that if you have a certain level of respect for that other person, and vice versa. I hope that makes sense. So if you have respect, it's going to allow you to interact in a more peaceful way, because that person, they love you and they hold you in high regard. They hold you in high esteem. They see you as somebody, you know, you're worth more than being spoken to or treated a certain way. Let me know if that's confusing, because I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. But yeah, you have to have respect in order to have any type of healthy relationship at all. Like, you can't allow someone to talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way. Exactly, Divine, exactly. But and it also shows a lack of respect. If you really love me and you really respect me, and I made a mistake 2 years ago, why would you throw that in my face? You see what I'm saying? Like, you know not to go there, or you know it's something that's very sensitive, or It brings up a lot of emotions and hurt feelings. Why would you bring that up? You see what I'm saying? Like, people will throw, like, like sometimes a woman, if she struggles to have a child or something like that, the man will say something out of spite. Well, that's why I was with so-and-so, because you can't even have kids. Like, why would you say that to somebody? And then, then he has to go back and fix it because lack of respect. There's no respect there. And women do it too, make a comment about a certain part of his body, certain anatomy, and make him feel this big. Now his ego is all crushed, and he's feeling some type of way. So now you got to go and fix it. Like, when you respect each other, you don't say certain things. You learn how to communicate respectfully, and you keep those boundaries there. That's one of the biggest things. I was trying to think about it because I had a mental list of things that I wanted to discuss in building a healthy connection. Like you said, communication, clear, open, honest communication. Listen, I'm an air sign. Yes, and tarot and astrology, which we do talk about on my channel, because yes, I am a tarot reader. But with that being said, communication is top tier with me. I don't think anybody that I've ever interacted with in my life can say that I don't communicate, I don't talk, or I don't listen, because I'm a communicator. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a communicator. Hi, love. How are you? So communication for me, in my experience, has really helped my relationship grow from what it was to what it is. And it takes time. It takes time, Divine Boo. Hey, Aisha, love. You're good. I started a few minutes late anyway because I was on the phone too. So don't feel bad, honey. Don't feel bad. But for those of you guys who are really you want a healthy connection, because I know there's a lot of women especially, and I know there's some men too, because some men watch tarot as well. But if you're wanting to have a healthy relationship, or you're trying to manifest the right type of person, really look at yourself. And this is why I stress self-care so much and self-awareness, because once you know yourself, you know what you're looking for in a partner. You need someone who is respectful. You need someone who has open, honest communication. If I'm afraid to be open and honest with you in communication, then there's no point for us to even be in a relationship, because that means I can express how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking. And I'm a thinker. Like, I do a lot of thinking. So if I can't talk to you about what my plans are going forward, or what I've got going on, or how we're going to spend time together, or whatever the case is, then there's no point in us being together, because I'm a communicator. And I need someone who's going to communicate. Honestly communicate. Not that shady shit. Not where you're only telling me bits and pieces of a story that you want me to hear, and then leaving other stuff out. Because I'm not that kind of person. I'm going to tell you the whole story. I'm going to tell you the whole story. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel, and exactly what I want, and exactly what I don't want. And you shouldn't be afraid to communicate. So I'm glad that we're talking about that, Divine, because sometimes, hang on, y'all. So sometimes I think men, their method of communication is a little bit different than women. We communicate from a more emotional space, and I think men communicate more from a logical, rational perspective. Like, if it doesn't make sense to them, it may not click right away. So, and you might just be like, well, it's the principle behind something, but he's thinking, what's the difference? Why does it matter? So that's where you have to, open up and explain, this is why, and make it make sense to him, so that he can understand your point of view, so he can understand your perspective, and vice versa sometimes. Because sometimes we don't understand men, the way that they think, their thought process. Like, what made you buy a $500 game? Make it make sense to me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, communication is definitely a thing in a healthy connection. Because when you don't communicate, you don't know how somebody's feeling. If people get upset, for example, and I'm pretty sure y'all have had this happen to you at some point. Have you ever been around somebody that they seem moody? Like, they're really, really moody, right? It's like you never know what's going on with them, but they're quiet. They're very quiet. They don't tell you anything. You just kind of have to, like, it's like a guessing game. You gotta have to figure out what's going on with them, because they don't open their mouth and communicate and say, hey, I don't feel well, or, you know, I just went through something, I just lost someone. You're always on, it's almost like you're always on eggshells with somebody like that, because they don't communicate. And you can see their body language. You can see their body language, their facial expressions, and even when they do speak, their tone of voice, but they never address the elephant in the room, so to speak. It's never addressed. What's really going on under the surface is never brought up. So this person avoids certain conversations. That's a difficult situation to be in with somebody who's not open and honest with their communication. Because I'd rather you tell me how you feel about me than to pretend that you like me, or pretend that you love me, or pretend that you want a relationship with me. And then 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, now all of a sudden we get into something, you know, we have a little altercation, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I remember da-da-da-da-da, and you said this, and you did it, da-da-da-da, and now you're bringing up stuff, and I'm like, where did this come from? You've been holding in this resentment all this time, right? Bitterness, you know, and certain, again, because I'm a tarot reader and astrology goes into this, certain signs are known for holding grudges and holding resentment towards people and situations. A lot of them, water signs. Y'all knew I was coming for y'all. Y'all knew it. Hi, Leanne. So that's something to think about when you're dealing with another person, when you're first dating someone and you're getting to know them, to see if it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's going to be a relationship thing, if there's potential, does this person communicate? Are they respectful? Another point Divine brought up was trust. Yes, trust. Ding, ding, ding. That's another green flag for a healthy connection. Do you feel safe around the person that you're dating? Ding dong. That's a great question. Do you feel safe around this person? Do you know that if you were to go out to the grocery store, or go to a restaurant to go out to eat, or go to your family's house, if something were to pop off, do you trust this person enough that they would stand up for you, that they would protect you in a difficult or a dangerous situation? Do you really trust this person? Do you trust this person to be around your child if you're a parent? Those are questions to ask. Do I feel safe and secure around this person? That's another part of a healthy connection. Like, even if you get into a heated discussion, so to speak, with this person, do you trust them enough to know that they're not going to physically harm you in any way? You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to physically abuse you, because some people have temper problems, and that's something you want to avoid. You don't want to be in an abusive situation. So those are things to look out for. If you feel comfortable around this person, and you know that even when this person is upset, they still have a certain level, here we go back to respect. They have a certain level of respect for you to know when to walk away, when to just walk away from the situation, because it's escalating very quickly, and they don't want to do something that they regret doing. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa. So in order to have a healthy connection, you both have to have certain qualities. Thank you, Leanne. You both have to have certain qualities. You both have to say, and this is why shadow work is so important. Because like, you have to, like, I know myself. I know when I'm really, really, like, really, really pissed off, or I'm really, really stressed, I will shut down. So me knowing that negative trait about myself, if I'm in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a relationship with someone, I have to learn how to communicate without shutting down. That's something that I have to work on. You see what I'm saying? And if I do fall short, because I am human, and let's say me and Aisha, we get into it, we have a falling out, and all of a sudden she's talking to me, and then I shut down, I need to go back and humbly apologize for that, because that's my fault. It's not her fault. You see what I'm saying? it's my fault. So it's like learning both people have to learn about each other, learning about yourself, learning about them, and making sure that you both are willing to put in the work to make that connection work, especially if it's a romantic partner. Like, you want to make sure both parties are divine. You're not the only one, boo. You're not the only one. But see, it's great that you acknowledge that, though. Like, if you know, like Divine says, she knows that she's trying to work on patience because she knows that she gets upset very quickly. Some people are easily angered. And then you have people who are the opposite, who are extremely passive. They just let folks walk all over them. You see what I'm saying? So you have both extremes. Both extremes are not good. To have somebody who's completely passive, who just accepts everything, never says no, never puts their foot down. They don't scream, holler, nothing. They just, whatever. You know what I mean? That's not healthy because they hold a lot in. Yes, Leanne, I agree. Trust for sure. Trust, loyalty, respect. Those are green flags. Also, somebody who is compassionate, like compassionate and considerate. You know what I mean? And when I say compassionate and considerate, it's not always about them. Yes, exactly. The moon is in Libra, and this is about coming into alignment. The moon being in Libra is like, what is it in your life that you need to balance out? What side of yourself is imbalanced? Because Libra, my rising is Libra. Libra is very much the sign of balance, but Libras can also be very off balance, and especially emotionally. So it's like the full moon in Libra allows us to take a step back and evaluate what areas of our lives are we imbalanced when it comes to finances, when it comes to our connections, relationships with other people, when it comes to ourselves, our emotions, how we feel, how are we imbalanced, and what are we doing about it? How are we fixing it? How are we helping ourselves to come into alignment? And that's the thing, even with healthy relationships. If your relationships are imbalanced in some type of way, where like I did Scorpio's reading, where you're giving too much, you're overextending yourself, and it's the energy is between you two is not reciprocal, that's an imbalance. Because you know that phrase, you're doing too much? That's exactly what's happening. One party is doing too much and another party is doing very little, not enough at all. So it's like you have to balance the scales and you have to pull back. You have to learn to, that's what we talk about with air signs. You have to learn to detach. You have to learn to, as much as I want people to like me, love me, it should be from the heart. It shouldn't be something that you have to force on somebody. You should never try to make someone love you. You should never want to make or force another person to love you. That should be on their own. They should choose to do it on their own. If you have to constantly call and initiate contact, and you have to plan all the dates, and you have to show up with the Christmas gifts, and you got to be there plan the birthday parties, and you got to do this for the kids, you're doing too much, literally. And this person does what? Shows up every once in a while, pops up on the weekends, calls you late at night when y'all know what I'm saying, okay? No, absolutely not. It should be free will. As much as we hear it in the spiritual community, I don't think it sinks in. Love should never be forced. Love should be free. It should be free will. Just like, I like to use the analogy of motherhood, because motherhood is so beautiful. And so shout out to all of my moms on my channel, because you guys are amazing. I don't know how you do what you do every day. But when you become a mother, you automatically have a love for that baby that is so strong that you can't even put into words. So it's like, it's not something that somebody had to say, hey, Aisha, make sure you love that baby. Divine, make sure you love that baby. Leanne, if you have children, do you have children? Make sure you love that baby if you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that you had to be forced into doing. It's an automatic connection on your own. You automatically love your baby. You automatically take care of your baby. You want to make sure your baby is taken care of. Make sure your baby is well. Blessings to you, Leanne, because I'm sure it will come. You know what I mean? Like, it's natural. It comes naturally. The same should be for a relationship. A man or a woman that you meet, that you have a romantic interest in, that person should gravitate towards you naturally. It shouldn't be like you out here trying to pull this person in, like, come on, like, on a leash. No. 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 You do enough. You do enough. Learning to do enough. I had to learn that lesson the hard way too, because there was a relationship where I overextended myself and I felt like an idiot. But you know what? It was a lesson. It was a lesson, and I learned it. I learned it. And now, 3 years later, I'm a lot better of a person because of it. But you know what I mean? Like, you can't force someone to love you and then expect things to go well because it was a forced situation. That's the same thing that people do, you know, like, on Instagram, people will send me DMs about performing like love rituals and how do I get this person to be attached to me? How do I get this person to be addicted to me? I don't want somebody to be addicted to me. I want somebody to love me on their own. I want that's their choice. I don't want to manipulate someone into loving me. It's different if you already have a connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're already in a relationship with someone and things are a little bit rocky, and then you do like a love ritual to create peace and harmony between you and your loved one, that's a different thing. But if you are two totally different people, or in some cases that person is with someone else, and you're trying to pull this person to you, it's a forced thing, and it's not going to work. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work because you're trying to force something to fit. It's like me trying on a shoe that's not my size. If it's not my size, what am I doing with the shoe? It's not going to work. My foot's not going to slide into the shoe because it doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? Hi, Chamima Queen. This is just a girls chat, love. This is just a girls chat. Tonight is not a night for readings, but I'll be live again Monday night for readings. But it's donation-based readings because I don't do free readings. And my moderators they'll list the prices and stuff there. But thank you for coming in and thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. We're talking about healthy relationships. That's what we're talking about tonight, because I do a lot of love readings and I do a lot of relationship readings and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk about the positive side of relationships and how to maintain them. If you want to maintain a good connection with your person, you also have to be humble. You do. You have to be humble in a sense that where if you make a mistake or you say something that's offensive, you're willing to admit when you're wrong. You're willing to apologize. Just a simple, oh, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that way. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. You see what I'm saying? Let me fix this for you. How can I help the situation? You see what I'm saying? You have to be humble in a sense, because you have to admit that you're not always right. You're not always right. They're not always right. So you both have to have a certain level of humility. You also have to have a certain amount of courage to be able to maintain a healthy relationship, because like I said earlier, you have two extremes. You have a person who has anger problems and they don't mind telling you everything that's on their mind. But then you have that person who's extremely passive and they don't say anything because they're afraid to hurt feelings. They're afraid, oh, I don't want to tell him because he might get upset and, you know, he might leave and I don't want to be alone and da 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 da. No, ma'am. If he's doing something that's disrespectful, that's inconsiderate, he needs to be called out. When you constantly attract toxic men, look within. That's what I'm going to say. Look within, because there's something about you that they're attracted to. Why do you think that is? That is something for you to actually sit down, and if you have a notebook, I would write it out. Like, what is it about me? Think about yourself, because now this is causing you to go within. What is it about myself that attracts these type of men? What are they gaining from being in a relationship with me? Write down the benefits of being in a relationship with you, and I can guarantee you're going to figure out why they gravitate towards you. It could be that they feel like you're easy to manipulate. It could be that they feel like they can get things out of you. It could be that they feel like they can control you, because some men have that complex. A lot of toxic men have a complex of always wanting to control and dictate. Right, Leanne, exactly. It's the easy manipulation for a lot of them. Also, men are not going to take you seriously if you don't take you seriously. If you're so easy to give in to what they're wanting and you don't apply pressure in relationships, you're going to end up settling. There's going to be times where you're going to have to say, nope, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with it. I don't accept this. I don't like it, and I don't have to like it. You can fix it or you can leave. Sometimes you literally have to be that blunt. Either you fix it or I'm leaving. Yeah. Sometimes you have to set ultimatums because you're not going to play games. Like, either you fix the situation or I'm going to leave, remove myself from the situation, because this is what I'm not going to do. See what I'm saying? Could be a variety of things, but when you actually sit down, Chaima, and make a list, you'll figure out what the common denominator is. That's a great choice. That is an absolutely wonderful choice, because when you're single, you don't have to deal with that drama. But while you're single, like Leanne stated, it's a great time to really focus on yourself and focus on what you want. Also, it's not so much about attracting toxic people. It's about entertaining them. You see what I'm saying? It's about entertaining them, because you can attract all kinds of people. Even if you're a person who's done a lot of healing work, you can attract all types of people, because some people are attracted to your light. Some people are attracted to your positive energy, your smile, your thirst for life, your ambition. Regardless of how much healing you've done or haven't done, you can pick up both. You can attract anybody. It's like moths to a flame. You can attract anybody, but you have the final say so. Once you start seeing the red flags of toxicity, then it's up to you to make a conscious decision and say, I need to cut this off. Do you see what I'm saying? It's up to you to say, I need to cut this off because it's not benefiting me. It's only tearing me down. It's only bringing me, you know what I'm saying, in a lower level energy. And that's what you don't want. You don't want an energy vampire. You don't want a user. You don't want an abuser. You want somebody who's going to help protect, provide, profess his love for you. That's what you want. Emperor energy. If he doesn't see you and you have interest in him, then you need to make yourself known. I mean, if you don't make yourself known, he's not going to see you. And it could just simply be that he's not interested. That happens too. Just because you like somebody doesn't mean they're going to like you back. It's a risk. Relationships are a risk. Because, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go and shoot my shot. But just because you shoot your shot doesn't mean that the other person is going to be receptive. It doesn't. It's the risk you take. But sometimes the person that you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could be distracted by other things. And if they don't see you, then, you know what I'm saying? Then nothing's going to happen. So you might have to just make yourself known. Like, you might have to go and speak up and say, hey, whatever you're thinking. Um, I believe they do happen, Chaima, but I don't use those labels. Twin flames, I believe that term was created for a certain reason. You're probably right. It probably was just a toxic relationship. Is probably all it was. That term twin flames get thrown around a lot, and I don't use it. I used to when I first started reading tarot for other people, but I don't use it anymore because 9 times out of 10, most twin flame relationships are just that. They're usually very toxic. They're usually very one-sided relationships, and I don't encourage that. Yeah, I don't either. I don't believe in it. The labels I can do without. Twin flames, soulmates, all of it. Either the relationship is going somewhere or it's not. Either it's healthy or it's toxic. It's very simple. I do believe in karmic lessons. I do believe that some people come in this life to teach us lessons. However you want to label that is up to you. But soulmates can be anybody could be a soulmate. Twin flames are rare, so everybody is you're welcome. Thank you for hopping in and joining the live stream. But you know, twin flames are rare, which is why it tickles me at the amount of pages and channels that I hear talking about twin flame. Everybody doesn't have a damn twin flame. They do not. Twin flames are extremely rare. So, see what I'm saying? I do, Leanne. I do believe in past lives. I believe the soul is incredible. Like it's beyond our regular comprehension here. So I believe that we've probably lived 1,000 lifetimes in different places. There's different galaxies, there's different planets. So there's a possibility that you probably had a life somewhere else on another planet somewhere before, outside of here. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, I do believe in it. But back to healthy relationships. If you want to maintain a healthy relationship, you really do have to be considerate of the person you're in a relationship with, because it's not just about you. And I know a lot of people don't like to think about this, but finances is one. Is this person able to help you with financially if you need it? Are you able to help them financially if they need it? Questions to ask yourself, right? Respect, communication, and trust, like Divine said. Those are the 3 main things. Respect, communication, and trust. It's going to get you far. Definitely going to get you far. And I don't know why, but women like to ignore the fact that men are sexual creatures. They're very visual, sexual beings. So when it comes to the physical intimacy with your partner, you better make sure that you know what pleases that person, because if you don't, it can create a problem, and vice versa. Women have certain things that they like. You got to learn your person. You got to learn their likes and dislikes. It's the mutual care and concern. It's that mutual care and concern for one another. That's the love. That's the bond that you build with that person. You learn about this person, what makes them tick, what things they like, what things they dislike, all of that. Yeah, sex is very important. A lot of women too, it's always like, what I hear, and I don't know if y'all have heard this too, but I hear from a lot of women like, oh, all they want is this. All they want is this. Do you not want it? Let's not pretend like women don't like sex, because women like sex too, very much. How do you think they have kids? Just saying. But men were created that way. They're very visual. They're very sexual. And there's nothing wrong with expressing their sexuality. Exactly, Leanne. There's nothing wrong with expressing their sexuality. Everybody acts like sex is such a taboo thing, which I really hate that because it's a normal part of life, just like breathing, just like my eyesight, just like hearing. Sex is a normal part of the body. We all have a reproductive system, and it's all going to function at some point. You might get a little horny at some point, especially if you're up against somebody who's of the opposite sex. It's going to happen, more so for men than women. So if you're in a relationship with someone who has a high sex drive, you need to learn what tickles their fancy, Leanne. You need to learn what turns them on. Wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt every day may not turn him on. It may not excite him. Dressing up, making yourself look pretty, whatever that is. I feel like that's case by case, honestly, Divine. What do y'all think? Do you think there's a certain amount of time you should wait before having sex? Because I've heard of the 90-day rule where, like there's even a book by Steve Harvey where he says you should make a man hold out 90 days before. I do think you should wait until you have established that relationship. Does that make sense? I do think you should wait a little while until you feel like you've really gotten to know that person. For some people, that could be 3 months. For some people, that could be For some people, that could be 6 months. But you know what I'm saying? Until you get to really know that person. That's how I feel about it. Like, each person is different. So I do feel like you don't want to move. I feel like 2 weeks would be too fast. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I agree, Leanne. You definitely should wait for a little while. I say the 90-day rule would work if people were consistent with it. I would say give them that 90 days, and not just the 90 days. If you feel you need to go longer than that, go longer. Because when I think of a relationship, I think of a job. It's almost like when you're dating, that's the interview phase. You get to see exactly, Divine. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like you need to have a clear cut, direct message of what both parties' intentions are before you make it physical. Because sex is it's such a major event. You know what I mean? Like, you're sharing bodily fluids with another person. So you want to make sure that before you do that, you know exactly where you stand. And with women, once that happens, you get emotionally connected. Exactly, Divine. Exactly. That's why I said if people could stick to it, then it might work. But most people, it don't. But I wouldn't even put a time frame on it. I would just say, as long as you take the time to get to know somebody first. That's what I would say. I mean, because, hey, Christians and stuff, they be like, exactly, Leanne, exactly. That's why I say you want to take the time to really get to know that person. Christians and stuff will be like, oh, well, we'll wait until marriage. Well, he's probably gonna end up screwing somebody before that, because he's not gonna hold out. Most men are not gonna sit there and hold out until y'all get married, because that could be a while. Another thing that a lot of women tend to try to force is the concept of marriage. I'm sick of it. Can we normalize not forcing someone to want to marry you? Because they don't have to. They don't have to. Marriage is like, it's a big step. Women think, oh, I want marriage. But to a man's mind, that's a huge responsibility. Put yourself in a man's shoes. Once you become married to someone, you are fully responsible for wherever they're at, their well-being. You have to make certain decisions. If the person gets sick, they're calling you, your next of kin. If something happens to that person, you're responsible financially. That is a huge responsibility. It's almost as big as being a parent. So women are like, oh, I want to be married. It's not that simple. I think so too, Divine. I think so too. And I think in turn, women kind of pressure men into it. I think a lot of men, exactly, Leanne, exactly. That's why a lot of men don't. A lot of men don't do it because they feel they're pressured to do it. Yeah. And a lot of it, like Divine said, with society, I feel like it's religion, because most of Americans are from some type of religious background, from Catholic, Christian, Protestant, some type of religious background, from Islam to Judaism, whatever it is. All these religions, they really push the notion of being married, and so women tend to think that is it for them. That's what they were born to do. And it's like, to a man, he's like, can I just live my life? Can I just live my life without having to be fully responsible for everything that you're doing and kids and everything else? Because that's a big responsibility. Not saying that men don't want marriage, not saying that at all. It's just when you constantly keep hearing somebody shoving it down your throat, oh, well, when are we going to get married? I'm only doing this because I want to get married. And well, I'm not doing this until we get married. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're giving him an ultimatum. Like, well, if we don't get married, then this is what's going to happen. You know what I mean? You'll probably end up losing the man because he feels pressured. He feels pressured. It's like, put yourself in that person's shoes. How would you feel if somebody was constantly, oh, well, if you don't have my child, then I'm leaving. I want children. Like, put yourself in that person's shoes. Yeah, all over the world. All over the world. And I just don't feel like it should be that way. I don't. Like, both parties should be able to mutually come together and say, hey, what do you think about this? I mean, it's something I would like to do. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be married, but where you constantly push that narrative on your partner, it creates animosity. It creates, you know what I mean? It's like the concept, like you said, of having children, Leanne. Everybody doesn't want to be a parent. Everybody should not be a parent. But if all you keep hearing is, well, you're getting older and you should have kids by now, it becomes redundant. Like, you get sick of hearing it. Like, please back up. First of all, I enjoy my peace and quiet. Secondly, I enjoy my freedom. Third of all, that's a financial responsibility that I'm not ready to incur right now. Like, there's so many reasons not to be a parent right in this present moment. But with that being said, you should be able to take your time and allow that other person the space to think about it, to decide, hey, maybe this is something that I want to do. But it should never be like forced down the person's throat. You know what I'm saying? That's what a healthy relationship is. Like, you discuss those things, you talk about those things openly and honestly, but it's not like pressuring. Exactly, Divine. Like, if you already have a child and, you know, they're, oh, well, he's going to need a brother, or no, he's fine. He is fine. We are fine. We are one. You know, it's the constant outside opinions for me. Like, the people on the outside of your life are not in your life. So they feel like, oh, well, I want grandchildren, or I want more grandchildren, or I want to be able to help plan your wedding, or I want to help be able to throw this baby shower. Listen, even after that, you are not going to be here 24 hours a day with all the stuff that comes with that. Those people, them same people who like to run their mouths and give opinions, they're not going to be around. They're not going to be around once you have that baby. Oh, well, you should have another one. Are you going to be here to keep another one when I need a break and I'm tired? Are you going to be right here? If I want to take a vacation and leave for a week, are you going to keep him? You know? Y'all wanting us to get married so quickly? When are you going to get married? Are y'all going to help pay for the wedding? Because, you know, weddings are expensive, by the way. Y'all going to help go half on the expense? Because, you know, everybody always has an opinion about someone else's life that doesn't concern them. Exactly, Aisha. That's my point. Everybody always has something to say about something that's really none of their business. Well, I think you should be married by now. Aren't you getting a little bit too old for this? We should have more grandbabies. Da 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 da. You should be doing this. I don't think that's right. Always, Divine. It's always the unsolicited opinions for me. Like, that's fine. You can think that. You're entitled to your opinion, and I'm also entitled to ignore it. Like, no, 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 no. But yeah, those are topics that will come up in your relationship between you and your person, and you should be able to openly and honestly discuss it with that person. Yes, the earth signs. Yes, the earth signs. They listen. They want to give an opinion. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Back up. But yeah, it's like, no. Don't pressure somebody. Like, because I've seen it on dating shows. Like, if y'all ever seen those reality, like, dating shows, which I was watching on Netflix. I was watching Love is Blind, and then I started watching something like a Marriage Ultimatum, where these couples get together. Exactly, Leanne. Exactly. Thanksgiving, family reunions, all of that. Holidays, baby showers, because everybody wants to know when you're next. And they had these couples together, and it was like they had been dating for like 5 years, 2 years, 8 months or whatever, and they're like, either you propose or I'm out of here. So they're giving a ultimatum, and it's like what is that supposed to do? Like, you giving your partner an ultimatum. I don't want you to feel forced to do anything with me. If you don't want me, just say that and keep going. Like, move along. Move along. I shouldn't have to pressure you. Again, like I said earlier, it should be natural. The love should be natural between us. It should be a natural thing. You should be surprised if you get a proposal. You should be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aisha. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And then there's the aspect. I was talking to my baby sister about this the other day, because her and her fiance live together. I was like, I don't think I could live with somebody else. Like, because it's a lot. It's a lot. When you like live together, like you get to see all those things about that person that you didn't know. Like habits and things. Cleanliness or the lack thereof. You get to see their sleeping habits. You get to see like all the things. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I love my bed. So having to share it with somebody else. Having to share it with somebody else all the time. It's just like parents. The little ones never sleep in their room. They want to come and get in your bed. They want to sleep in your bed. No, get out. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, like, no. Or I come home, you know what I mean? Like, I come home and, I just want to throw stuff over here in my recliner. But he wants to sit in the recliner and watch TV. Like, I can do that right now because he's not here. But if he's here, I can't do that. If he's here all the time, I can't do that. You see what I'm saying? Because now I have to rearrange things for another person that I didn't have to do. It's like, for example, in my job, like when you work by yourself, it's a lot different when you have coworkers, because now you have to make room for other people. Now you have to help other people with things, or train other people on what to do or how to do this or how to do that. And it's like, it's a different environment when you include other people and things. It's like, like, right, exactly, Aisha. You know, you might want chicken and he wants, I don't know, he wants lamb chops. And it's like, what? Yeah, I want fried lamb chops tonight. Like, what? I just made chicken and dumplings. Why can't you eat the chicken and dumplings? So now I have to go out, go shopping again and do something different because he doesn't want to eat the chicken. No. No. Or I'm doing laundry and I'm finding ink pens. I'm finding ink pens in the, you know how men stick pens in their shirt, like in their dress shirt, business shirt? Find an ink pen in the damn dryer and the ink gets on everything in the dryer. Because men, if you ever done men's laundry, men don't typically empty out their pockets. They always have stuff in their pockets. So you do laundry and something is bound to be in their pockets. Sometimes you might find cash. Sometimes you might find wads of paper. Sometimes you might find a pen. It's just the habits. It's the habits for me. It's a whole different experience. Aisha, girl, that's not how they operate. I'm telling you, that's not how they operate. It's not how they operate. Or they shave, you know what I mean? They shave all over your bathroom sink so you got another mess to clean. There's hair all in the, like, do we got to do this? Do we have to do this? It's a process. It definitely takes adjusting. That's what my sister told me. She said, you know, Jack, at first I was like, this is for the birds. But she said, you get used to it over time. You get used to it over time. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it. Right. I don't know why men do that. Men love to keep the TV on all damn night. And I'm like, I can't sleep with the TV on. If the TV is on, I can't go to sleep. I don't know. I can't go to sleep. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, or they're trying to sleep and I'm trying to record. Like tonight, I was recording readings for the signs, you know, to upload to YouTube. He'll be in there trying to sleep. And he'll be like, oh, you're being too loud. Like, you're being too loud. I have things to do. See how I like my space and my quiet alone? Because I can do the things that I normally do without problems, without interruptions. He can sleep in peace and I can record in peace. See, living proof. Thank you, Divine Boo, for sharing. See? Right, Aisha. At least it was sleep. Because you know what really aggravates me? It's like I've seen this. Man. Oh, you were asking Leanne how to set boundaries with a man where you don't become his mate. Don't live with him. Don't live with him. Because once you live with him, then you're going to become the mate because you're going to feel obligated to start doing his laundry and start washing his dishes and everything else for him. He can figure it out. Like Divine said, she lives alone. I live alone. Aisha lives alone. You don't have to worry about that when you live alone. And I tell you, I don't think I would want to live together. Sometimes I get a wild hair and I'm like, oh, it would be nice. It would be nice in theory. But then, you know, me being an Aquarius, I would want him out of here ASAP. I would want him out of here ASAP. Because sometimes, y'all see the blankets on my couch? Sometimes I just want to lay here and be unbothered. But somebody else wants to come in and watch a movie. Leave me alone. Exactly, Divine. Exactly. Sometimes I just want to lay on my couch and eat ice cream. Like, I don't want to be bothered. That's the same thing with moms. Like, my sister sometimes, she can't have a free moment. Like, she leaves, the baby sees her leaving, he wants to be picked up. He wants to be held. She's eating, he wants to eat what she's eating. She lays down, he wants to crawl in the bed next to her. There's, like, you never have a free moment. You never have a moment to yourself. So, I mean, y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. And maybe I'm just a selfish person. Because I love my quiet time. I love being able to just lay down and no one's whining or crying. No one needs anything. I mean, sometimes Rico will do the most, but Rico and I get along because Rico doesn't require a lot. Like, Rico is actually low maintenance. He's actually low maintenance. Like, right now he's in there taking a nap. You don't have to do anything, Leanne. Like Divine said, make sure you set clear boundaries up front. This is what I'm not going to do. I work 8, 10, 12 hours a day. I'm not coming home and cleaning everything. I'm not coming home and cooking. Right? Because you get tired of begging, crying, whining, noise. Children are noisy. Children are they're just noisy. Like the toys, the little TV shows, the cartoons. Kids are noisy. I did not realize how noisy kids were until my nephew was here. Kids are noisy. They just generate noise out of nothing. From laughing to crying to singing songs to playing with toys. It's a lot of noise. And now I understand why my grandmother used to say, go in there and sit down somewhere and be quiet. Now I know why my granny used to say that. Go sit down and be quiet. That's what my granny used to say. Because we're a lot of noise. Kids are a lot of noise. And I'm just like, I don't know how y'all mothers do this. Every day. You're tired, you get off of work, you get in the car, he starts to play on his iPad, he's talking, telling you everything that happened at school today. Whew. Like, sir, I need 2 minutes of silence. 2 minutes of silence. Mom, can I go outside and play? I want to go outside. It's like, it's constant. The energy is constant. It's like, woo. But Leanne, yeah, you don't have to do everything. You don't. Like Divine said, you make it very clear the things that you will do and the things that you won't do. That's what you do. You make it very clear. Divine. Girl, I'm telling you, the kids will the kids will get you. They will get you. Don't get me wrong, babies are beautiful. Kids are beautiful. They help keep things going. They help keep the bloodline going. But listen, they are noisy. They are noisy for sure. For sure. That's why when they're babies, like infants, the crying and stuff, you need help. You need help because sometimes they just cry. You don't know why they're crying. What's wrong with them? Teething, crying, fever. It's a lot. And people like, oh, well, you need to have another one. Are you going to be here when he gets constipated? When he's got an ear infection? When teeth are coming in? Are you going to be here for all of this? Please let me know. Let me know. You know? Because, That's what it's the unsolicited opinions for me. Oh, you should get that baby a brother, and I should not. I should not. Leave me alone. That's why on this channel we talk about minding the business that pays you. Minding the business that pays you. When you mind your business, you don't have to be concerned about what somebody else is doing. You could just, it's peaceful. But anywho, y'all, I hope if anything you take away good, good tips for maintaining or even attracting someone that, is on your level, like somebody who wants to reciprocate. And be sure to make sure you please make sure you set clear boundaries for things that you won't tolerate, things that you don't want to do. Make sure you set boundaries in those connections. Make sure you have deal breakers. Because when I say boundaries, make sure there's certain things that you will not tolerate under any circumstances. You need to know what those are. Okay? So that way, if they're broken, you're done. We're not backtracking. It's not a pass, go collect $200. We're done. You see what I'm saying? Because if you keep giving folks chances, somebody told me the other day, they were like, I broke up with my ex and he cheated several times and I kept taking him back. And I'm like, but that's why he kept cheating several times. Are you sure? What? Girl, what? Girl, men will tell you anything during sex. They will say anything. They say crazy stuff. Exactly. We don't bend boundaries and respect. That's one thing I will always stress is setting your boundaries and making them clear. Make sure that you are never afraid to walk away. You don't have to tell anybody that you're walking away. Just, and I'm not, how do I say this? Because, y'all know I'm a recovering ghoster. I don't advocate ghosting people. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes, under certain circumstances, you do have to go ghost. You do. You have to just disappear. Scatter. Because some people act like children. Some adults. Men are not dumb. Trust me. Men are very, very smart when it comes to relationships. Men know exactly how to make things work for them. Men are not going to exert any more energy than they have to or want to in a relationship. Yes, divine, I confess. I will leave in a heartbeat any situation that is not serving me. No warning. Gone. Poof. Gone. I'm just not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a brawler. I leave. Right. I just leave. It's what I do. So when I remove myself from the situation, that's when you know. That's when you know it went south. Like, if I block you, that's when you know it's over. Like, if I block you or if I just disappear and you don't hear from me, that's what happened. Like, it's a no for me. Okay, so let me tell y'all why. How this started. My ghosting started, of course, when I started dating. So, some men, not all of them, some men have been very unreliable and very inconsistent. So, me being me, I get tired of repeating myself. So instead of repeating myself, I just disappear. That's how this all started. So, I would say, I don't appreciate the fact that you're cheating or this is going on. I see what you're doing. The person continues to lie in my face. The person continues to make excuses. And I said, you know what? I'm done talking. Boom, gone. Next situation. Give this person the benefit of the doubt. The person tries to be controlling, tries to be manipulative. I let him know I'm not having it. I don't agree with what he says. I don't like what he says. I don't have to like what he says. He doesn't like the fact that I don't like what he says. His ego feels some type of way. And so he disappears. Then he reappears, wants to talk. I disappear. It's over. Right? Moving on. Next situation. So this is how I became a serial ghoster, because I got tired of repeating myself to individuals who are 30, 40, 50 something years old. At what point do you get it? At what point do you get it? Like, girl, I go to the Libra. Yeah. That's the thing. I go to the Virgo too. I ghosted 2 Virgos. I've ghosted 2 Virgos and a Libra. So that should tell you enough. Like, it was no. It was a no. It was a no for me. But the Libra and I, we both are ghosters. So it worked out. Like, we would go ghost for so many months, and then we would reconnect. And then we go ghost and reconnect. And eventually I just disappeared because I was tired of the games. So because he would always reach out during the ghosting phase. So I was like, nah, we're not gonna do this. Plus, it was just too much. He was unreliable. He just was, really, he was a fuckboy. Like, really, literally. He was a fuckboy. That's all he was. He wasn't anything serious. He wasn't anybody who wanted anything serious. He was all smiles and all lies. All lies consistently. Oh, just leave. Just block his number, Aisha. There you go. Just block his number. Block it, delete it, be done. Any paraphernalia, delete it. But, you live and you learn. So that was like, and then when I had a situation that I actually needed somebody to be there, he was only concerned about himself. So I was like, you know what, sir, goodbye. Exactly what I said, Divine. Yep, you just cease to communicate. You cease to communicate. Ghosting is almost like dying. It's almost like you're dead, because you're not there. You're not present. There's no action, no communication, nothing. So then, sometimes they might wonder if you're dead. It's a possibility. But you're done. You know what I mean? But boundaries. If you don't take anything away from this, take away boundaries, take away healthy communication with your person. Like, if like Divine said, because she brought up a good point about being quick-tempered. If you're quick-tempered, take some time. Count to 10 and say, you know what? I need to take a breath before I punch him in the face. So let me just take a step outside. Oh my God, Aisha. She said, man, I would have sent it back. I would have sent it right back and then blocked him. Like, sir, this is a no. This is still a no. It's still a no. But, if you have, if you know that you're quick-tempered, you want to take some time so you don't punch nobody in the face, or, do damage, bust somebody's windows out. Like, you want to make sure that you take some time to breathe and calm yourself down, catch your breath, step outside, go pray or whatever you need to do to calm down, drink some water, and then give yourself some space away from the person, the source of the anger. Give yourself space away from the source of the anger, so that you can collect your thoughts, and then you can come back and address the person when you're in a more calm down state. So when you deal with an anger issue, you got to learn how to manage it. You got to learn how to work with it. You can do it. It's just going to take consistency and discipline. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? It's the foolishness for me. Constant foolishness. Constant foolishness. Constant foolishness. And you have to, with men, as soon as you find stuff out, that's the same thing I had to do with, it probably is Scorpio. He probably is Scorpio. That's the same thing I had to do with the first Virgo that I ghosted because he was cheating with a married woman. So yeah, that was a no. When I found out about that, that was it. That was a wrap. It was over. Exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy. I confronted the Virgo about his cheating. He lied to my face. You see what I'm saying? He lied to my face. So, yeah, that was a... I would like to know, if anybody knows the answer, why do men feel the need to lie in your face when they know damn well there's evidence, there's proof. There's proof. But they insist on lying to you in your face. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. Maybe he was confused. Girl, I'm telling you right now, Gemini men, no, and no. Gemini men, don't do, no. Gemini men always have another option. They always got somebody else in the shadows. Every Gemini man I've known of, they always got somebody in the shadows. I don't know what it is, but I don't understand why though. I don't know why are they like this. But Gemini men always got backup. They always got backup. I guess it's like, just in case I get tired of this one, like if I get bored of this one, then I'm gonna go over here to this one. Just in case this one don't have what I need, I'm gonna go over here to this one. If this don't work out, I got this one. But you know, Libra men are like that too. Libra men are like that too. They real cute, but don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. I mean, when I think of Gemini, I think of Skittles. That's what I think. Of course, lie like a dog. Lie through his teeth. Lie, and lie. And he's sticking to the... He is sticking to the lie. Do you hear me? He's sticking to that lie. Like a fly on honey. He's sticking to the lie. He's he's going to tell you to lie with, you know what I mean? Like with such conviction. He's going to believe his lie. That's how Gemini men operate. Girl, I cannot. I would have been laughing. I'm going to be like, well, I'm going to go ahead and bring you your flowers. I can go ahead and bring you the flowers now. We can go ahead and set up the funeral arrangements. Like, just doing the most. Like, just make sure you don't kill yourself before you let the other girl know that I didn't know that what y'all had going on. Just make sure you let her know that real quick. Make sure you let her know real quick that I didn't know y'all had something going on. I would have been laughing because I couldn't have taken him seriously. Girl, y'all, folks be crazy. Folks be so crazy. Y'all, I think one time I was talking to a guy on a dating app and he told me that. He texted me that and I blocked him. He said he was going to kill himself. And I blocked him. I was like, he's playing games. I knew he was playing games. I knew he wasn't serious. It don't matter, because even the time that you did all of that, he probably was still with the other person. He probably was still with the other person. Oh man, a hot mess. A hot mess. I can't. Nope. I don't care what nobody tells me. There's certain men in the zodiac that I'm not touching. I'm not touching. Gemini already did that, done there, did that. Nope. Get him out. Gemini is a no. Virgo, no. Cancer, no. Scorpio, no. Pisces, no. It's a no. It's a no. It's a no. It's a no. Funny thing, though. Funny thing. Virgo men and Scorpio men tend to always gravitate towards me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. My current person is a Sagittarius. We get along very well. He's crazy, but we get along very well. He ain't crazy with me. He's crazy with other people, but we get along very well. And I told him he he said something to me today, and I was like, "Why do you act like that?" And he was like, "I don't act like that with you." I was like, "Yeah, you're right. You don't act like that with me. You only act like that with other folks. Just wild. Sagittarius are wild. They're wild. And they like to fight. They love to fight." Sagittarius men, I don't know if the women are just as feisty, but Sagittarius men, they love to get into altercations with people. They love telling people off. They love getting in people's face. It's just something that they do. Very bold personality. Big, bold personality. But they're very blunt. They're very, very blunt. And they'll let you know exactly what they're thinking. Exactly what they're thinking. Exactly what they feel. What they want, what they don't want. Ooh. We get along very, very well. But I think part of that is because Sagittarius needs a certain amount of freedom to do them. And then I need a certain amount of freedom to do me as an Aquarius. So I think that's one of the reasons why. The space, it works. That's true. That's true. I can see it now. Now I'm thinking about it. Because when I think Sagittarius women, I think Nicki Minaj. She's a Sagittarius. And her temper is very... Yep, Sagittarius, they all have bad attitude. They have bad temper problems. It's funny because Sagittarians, like, they're people, like, they get along with a lot of people. They're real friendly. Like, everybody likes them. But then at the same time, everybody hates them because I think Sagittarius comes off as egotistical at times. And so that's where people like, we can't stand you because you're so loud. You got to be seen. You like attention. Sagittarius. But it's the same with Leo. It's the same with Leo. But I don't think Leo is as loud as Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a loud one. Leo just likes to get the attention. Yeah. And everybody's like, Aries has a temper problem too. But I feel like Aries only has a temper problem when you push them to that point. Like, usually all the Aries I know are pretty chill until you push them. Like, until you do something, and then they act crazy. They're not crazy regularly. They're just crazy sometimes. But they have to be pushed. Sagittarius is always on 10. They're always on 10. I don't know what Leo's excuse is. Leo's I don't know. I think Leo has to be pushed. I feel like Leo has to be pushed too. That's what I feel. You know what, Aisha? One thing about Gemini men, they do tend to be very giving. Yeah, Aries are very laid back. All the Aries men I know, they're all very laid back people. She probably knows that the Gemini lies, but the Gemini is probably a good caretaker. Like, he's probably a good provider. Gemini men tend to be very self-sufficient. They know how to get money. They tend to be. At least all the ones I know. They tend to be very self-sufficient. They tend to know how to, do the whole finances thing. Yeah, if anybody has temper, it's gonna be a Cancer. Of all people, it's gonna be a Cancer. Scorpio tends to have angers too. You know what? Is he a May Gemini or is he a June Gemini? Because if he's a June Gemini, I might have been able to vouch for him. But if he's a May Gemini, he might have Taurus placements, and that could be a problem. Not that Tauruses won't work. Yeah. Not that Tauruses won't work, but Taurus is picky about work. Taurus wants to work as little as possible, but still make as much as possible. Taurus is about working efficiently, working smarter, not harder. That's Taurus's thing. Like, Tauruses are very picky when it comes to working. Even when I place people on jobs, the Tauruses, I notice, Tauruses are very particular about what they want. And if it doesn't fit, that's another one who has anger issues. Taurus has anger issues. Just so y'all know. Taurus and Cancer, them too. But yeah, Taurus is very picky. And I'm just like, Taurus, I'm gonna need y'all to sit down, figure out what job you want, and just go. No, when they finally get the job that they want, then they'll be consistent. That's one thing about Taurus. They will be consistent. But Taurus is very picky. They're very picky. Yes. It does take a lot for Taurus to get mad, but when Taurus gets mad, it's nothing but red. So there's that. Gemini too. Gemini, I don't know what happens. But Gemini will be fine 1 minute, and then Gemini it'll snap. They'll just snap. So you gotta watch Gemini, because it's a risk. It's a risk. I was trying to think about who else gets angry. Leo gets really angry too. Leo gets really pissed. But like Divine said, Leo really, from what I've seen, Leo has to be pushed to get really, really angry before they pop off. Geminis are risky. Yeah, they do, Divine. They do. Even when they're dead wrong. It's like you really can't argue with Gemini. But Geminis are the people that a lot of times you just kind of wonder about them. Like, what's going on with you? Yeah, Yeah, they are dramatic because Leo will start crying, but they're mad. Like, what are you crying for? You just said that you were angry. Like, how are you gonna cry and cuss? Right? Like, make it make sense. You're stupid. And it's like, get over it, Leo. I mean, that's like, I don't know. That's like Gemini. Like, I don't really take Gemini seriously. I don't. I don't really take Libra seriously. Pisces, I don't really take Pisces seriously either. Like, I don't. Yeah, there's a few that I just don't take seriously. There's a few of them I don't take seriously. It's like, this is a joke. This is like a joke. Leo just does too much, so I can't take them seriously either. Like, yeah, Cancer, yeah. Cancer's is like, whoa, like, what just happened? Just, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Cancer. It's crazy because Cancers to me are typically, Virgo is kind of dangerous too. Virgo kind of gives me like, Virgo could low-key be like serial killer. They could low-key be serial killers. So you gotta watch Virgo. Cause it's a little cray-cray. But who else do I not take seriously? Gemini, I don't take Gemini seriously. Libra, nope. Leo, nope. I don't take them seriously. Yeah, they're the ones I don't take seriously. Is there anybody else I don't take seriously? Not really. Oh, Pisces. Yeah, I don't take Pisces seriously either. Pisces just, I don't know. They tend to phase in and phase out. That's Pisces for me. But yeah, I don't really take them seriously. I was trying to think if there was anybody else, but yeah. Yeah, when it comes to Aquarius, most of our stuff is going to be verbal. Yeah. I don't know, because Capricorn men tend to be violently aggressive. Yeah, they tend to act like really, it's crazy because some Capricorn men tend to be extremely violently aggressive, but then at the same time, they act very immature. Like, that's weird to me. Like, what are you? Are you grown or are you not grown? It's weird behavior. And then, sometimes Aries. Sometimes Aries is hard for me to take seriously because Aries men, anyway, it's hard for me to take them seriously. Sometimes. Because, no. Yeah, but I think those are the only ones. Pisces, Leo, no, not Virgo. Yeah. Pisces, Leo, Libra, Gemini. Those are the ones I don't take seriously. Aquarius either. I don't take them seriously either because they're just weird. And then oh, I believe it. They're just very aggressive. They're very aggressive. Anybody who has Capricorn placements, the dominance is there. The dominance is definitely there. Like my Sagittarius, he has Capricorn placements in his chart. All in his chart, Capricorn. So he gives off a very dominant, yeah, very dominant type of energy. But at the same time, like, I believe it, Divine. I totally can see it. I totally can see it. I can see it, y'all. I can see it. Oh. I can see it. But anywho, y'all, I hope that whoever watches this live stream, I hope you guys get like a good glimpse of what a healthy connection looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, okay, this is what helps to maintain or to attract a healthy connection. Like open communication, respect, trust, all of those things. I don't know why when people tell me, like when I hear women say that they had to check someone's phone, like to me, I'm like, what? You had to do what? Because like if I have to be, like if I'm with you and I have to check your phone, or I constantly think that you are doing something that you have no business doing, it's a mess for me. Like it's over. Like we're not together. I'm single. Because I can't be with somebody that I don't trust. I don't want to have to babysit a grown up. You mean like hair gel and stuff, Aisha? It just depends. Mostly they got to be hair gel and what do they call it? Jam. Mostly those two to slick my hair down, cause my hair is natural, so it doesn't stay down. It doesn't stay down on its own. And then I used it's like a spritz, like a hairspray, to help it stay solid down, cause it won't stay on its own, cause my hair is so curly. So I have to use a couple things to get it to act right. Yep. I'll message it to you so you know what it is. That's it. I need to get some hair oil, like to oil my scalp. But that's pretty much all I use. Yeah, my hair is natural. I haven't permed my hair in some years. It's been some years, probably like 6 years. So I permed my hair. So, and then if I straighten it with a flat iron, it thins my hair out. So I don't really like to use a flat iron either. I hope one day I plan on getting it. What do they call it? Where you get it straightened out. A blowout. I think that's what it is. Yeah, a blowout. But that's probably gonna be a little while. Oh, really? Yeah. Natural hair for me is not that difficult. It's just hard to get it to manipulate it to do what you want it to do. That's the challenge for me. But like taking care of it, like oiling it and stuff like that, is not difficult. It's just like styling it sometimes is my problem, because it's like trying to figure out something that looks decent, you know. I want to do braids for the summer though. I do want to get braids in my hair for the summer. Probably when I come back from my trip, I might do it. I don't know. I might do it. But yeah. See if I can get braids in my hair. Because braids really do help your natural hair grow. It's just like the whole concept of wearing like lace fronts and stuff like that. When you're taking care of your natural hair underneath there, it helps your natural hair to grow. And then you just switch it out. Because you got to keep it moisturized. You do got to keep it moisturized. Like you got to go in and moisturize your scalp and stuff. Because our hair requires a lot of moisture. A lot of moisture. And even some of the like curl custards and stuff like that will add it'll add moisture to your hair, so it's not dry and brittle like that. Yeah. But anywho, y'all, thanks for hopping in tonight. I hope this live stream was very helpful. I will be posting readings tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Hey. And if you haven't seen the other collective readings, they are posted. So the earth signs, fire signs, water signs, air signs, y'all, hopefully will be tomorrow. Hi, in Bloom. Not tonight, honey. This was just a girls chat. So it'll be probably Monday night. Good night, y'all.